Hello, welcome to Panthera's Kitchen. Today I'm sharing with you my recipe for chicken light soup. Yes, and a yakoko kwine. Okay, so let's go over our ingredients. We have here chicken. Is the hen, we call it back home the layer because their meat is a little bit it's not as soft, it's hard. When you put on my adding, so we call it akokobedie akokoba. It's the hard chicken, delicious, makes perfect soup. Some people prefer it for stew as well, but for me, basically, making soup, you need a hand or layer. Akoko bidie, kokoba. We also have here some garlic, some peppers. These are scorpion peppers, very hot. Two is more than enough. Some tomatoes. If we were back home or anywhere that I could have garden eggs, I would have added garden eggs, but abucha brabo. Normally we make soup with tomatoes, so I'm making this light soup just with tomatoes. I also have here some basil. That's what we call back home akoko mesa. It makes chicken soup just delicious. So here's some basil so we have basil, garlic, peppers, some onions, 2 large onions, ginger. I would like to thank each and every one of you for subscribing to this channel, for your likes, your comments, for sharing, and of course subscribing. We have on here our pan, our pot, cooking pot. Gonna put in our chicken. It's already cleaned. Put in our ingredients in for blending. Onion, garlic, and ginger going in. Rinse out the blender with some water and add some salt according to your taste, the basil, cover and let cook. We normally cook meat with this amount of, small amount of water and seasoning, so the meat can absorb a lot more of the juice, the seasoning, to be flavorful. And then afterwards you can add as much water as you need to make a soup. And on Ghana, if you ever can say steamy namno, steamy, you fancy be brave and go home. Our meat has been boiling for about 20 minutes just to absorb this the flavors, and it's a good time now to put in our tomatoes and pepper. So like I said earlier on, if I had garden eggs, I would have put in some garden eggs, maybe like 4 or 5 garden eggs. Normally my mom taught me to use the yellow ones, yellow garden eggs that are slightly wilted, like with it I say like it has wrinkles. My mom believes, and I can testify to the fact that it makes better soup. You don't want to make light soup with white garden eggs. Yellow, slightly wrinkled or withered achunchum is perfect for light soup. So I would have used probably like 4 of those, and then maybe just 3 tomatoes. But because I'm just making this soup with tomatoes, that's why you see that much tomatoes. So if you have garden eggs and you are using that with tomatoes, that's what you do. About 4 garden eggs for 5 medium-sized garden eggs, and then about 3 large tomatoes. Going to add some water. This is about, I don't know, maybe 8 cups of water. And we cover and let it boil a little bit. Our tomatoes and peppers have boiled long enough, and it's time to bring them out and blend to add onto the soup. So what's your favorite thing to have with your chicken light soup? Akoko kwai. I think the most common thing we all have with it is, of course, fufu and krakra. And that's what we are having. And what I didn't mention on the side is I'm having an intention of putting in some okra. Nkruma unya nkruma bi na eguso na wudi fufu na wudi nkruma ne ka ho sana ya na koye pa eboso. So that's what we'll be doing. Tomatoes are blended. Tomatoes and pepper. And there they go. Rinse out the blender a little bit. Pibibiawum. Okodo. Okodo abomodin. Just do your best, you know. Get your chicken. You don't have chicken, you don't like chicken, you could make this with goat meat. It's light soup is light soup. It's the same steps. You're only changing the meat. So yeah, baby. Okodo ayo dear, why? Boiling. So at this point we can let the lid hang or take off the lid completely and just let it cook for a little bit. Our soup is almost done, and I'm adding in some okra and paposhito, you know, just for fun. I mean, food fun, like special interest. You should be here to smell this. The basil, the ginger, it gives this like such a beautiful aroma, and the taste like, because if you are, you know, traditional, typical akoko, this is it, you know. Okay, friends, our soup is done now. It's well cooked. It's thickened up just enough. Our chicken is tender. And it's time to have it with some fufu. So I'm gonna cover it and turn off the fire and get my fufu ready. So stay tuned. The soup is ready. Time to enjoy. And yeah, then second, you are invited. Join us.